Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Life Fisherman. Today we're going to be doing a how-to video. We're going to install my new Kodiak Pro Flow bait tank and go over with you everything that I'm going to use to set it up. Every application is going to be a little different. Every boat's a little different, so your setup and plumbing may be just slightly different than mine, but overall you'll get the general idea of how to install one of these. So check it out and see how we do it. So what you're gonna need to do this job here, or what you should have about, is you're gonna need some 3/4 inch tubing, something that's able to handle some pressure. A lot of this stuff you can get at Home Depot. You're gonna want some stainless steel clamps for 3/4 to well, these ones are 1/2 to 1.25 inches, so that they'll handle the 3/4 just fine. You'll want some tubing cutters. These are my landscape ones. They'll work just fine, but you can get different styles of these. Tape measure. You're gonna need a pin to mark your hole locations. I unfortunately could not find a 3/4 inch plastic barb 90, so I'm gonna make one with the brass here. Not ideal for me. I was hoping to get a plastic barb, but barb 90, but this'll work. So we're gonna use some Teflon tape and tape that up. Reason being is where we come through the transom here, I didn't want to put a bend in the hose and have it kink over time. So we're going to want to use a 90 there. You're going to need a 5/16 nut driver for the hose clamps. And for me, I'm going to make mine removable. I don't always want this on the back of my boat. So what I'm going to end up using is, this is actually a flush kit you can get for flushing out Optimaxes and stuff like that. It's from CPC, and this allows you to quick connect a hose. On an Optimax, you could screw it in right in the back and leave it there. So if you kept your boat at a slip or something, it's really easy to flush your outboard motor when you get back to your slip. If you're in the salt water. So you can pick these up online, but this is going to be coming out here, and we're going to have a piece of hose connecting, and then that way when I go to put this back on, it just connects back on there, and this will stay. So that's the plan. That's what I want to use. Again, I don't want this on here all the time. I only live bait fish for halibut in the bay, so that's spring through early midsummer. So I'll have the bait tank on there. I did unfortunately have to move my ladder, my boarding ladder. I had to move it. I already did that. I'm gonna have to put it on the other side. So I mean, you can't really board with it here, so we'll just be boarding on that side from now on. Not a big deal. All right, we're gonna get started. All right, first things first, you want to mock it up where you're going to put it. Decide whether you want these L brackets that come with the tank. These come with the tank. The actual mounting hardware does not. There's some nut certs that are inside the tank wall, so it makes it pretty easy to just remove this tank. I'm probably going to end up leaving the brackets on here, but I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to just unbolt them from underneath the offshore bracket and remove them in case you did get out here for anything. You don't trip on them or kick your toe on them or something. But get it lined up where it's good for you. Again, my boat came with a steering cable, so they had this. These are made by Scan Strut. So if you want to use this to come through the hole, it wouldn't be a bad idea. So that's where I'm going to utilize that hole that's already in my transom. After we switched over to hydraulic steering, I'm going to use that. That's where my cable steering came out before. So I'm going to open up, this is a rubber grommet that kind of squeezes down on it. So I'm going to open that up with a grinder and open that rubber up just a little bit, and it'll clamp down on the hose when we put the hose through. So that's what I'm going to use right here, and come straight in right there with the fittings. This fitting comes on the tank. This 90 comes on the tank. It's got a hose thread, so garden hose thread here. And comes with the cap, and then this is the overflow here. Kodiak is probably the top bait tank, I would say, in the industry for live bait. They have a money back guarantee if you don't believe so and you buy one and don't think it is. So worth it, I guess, if you want to take them up on that. I know from word of mouth anyway that these are pretty good, and it'll beat the hell out of my old setup that I did make, and it worked fine. I used I think it's a 30-gallon food grade blue can with a just round lid that was removable, but I hated ratchet strapping that to the back all the time, and while I was waiting in line at the launch in the morning, I'd have to strap that thing down. I was using my washdown pump to supply the water to it. This time I'm actually going to utilize my forward live well pump. I have a little live well up in the bow that I use for anchor storage only, and my rope and stuff like that. I don't use it for a live well, just came with the boat that way. So I'm going to use that pump and divert and reroute the plumbing to the tank. That way I use that switch on my dash, and I use the pump that's already in the boat. This is the PF22 model, oblong. So Kodiak recommends that you run a 500 gallon per hour pump for this, and as luck would have it, that's exactly what my live well pump is. So we're going to use that pump. But first thing, I've got it all measured out. I'm going to mark my holes here. Okay, so I'm going to get down in here in the bilge. I'm going to take my the tubing going to the forward live well. I'm going to take that off and move that fitting so it's pointed back towards the transom corner here where we want to run the plumbing. This is my live well right here for the forward live well. I'm going to use 5/16 nut driver. Loosen this hose up. Slide that back. See if I can get that to break loose off of that. I don't think so. I'm gonna have to cut it off. There we go. Sometimes that's all you can do. I didn't want to break this fitting. So sometimes these barbs hold so well, you gotta cut them off. Ideally, if you're installing this new, you would use a straight up and down connector, but they didn't give me that. So I'm gonna have to use this one. Let's see if we can get it facing a better direction for us. Might just have to live with where it's at. Sometimes you can get them to tighten up at a different angle. Nope, it's gonna be that way. So there it is, it's gonna be that way. Take this off, just so I know where I'm coming to. I can measure, cut the tube right. There we go. I just pumped this full of silicone after I took the steering cable out. So we're gonna clean that out in a little while. But there's our hole. So we got plenty of big enough hole here. Little lube. There we go. There we go. That'll lay nice there. I'll come over here. And where's our hole there? This is gonna have a 90 on it, and then the blue hose is gonna go out from there. Yeah, this will be fine in here. I mean, this is the same hose they were running for the live well. It's not exposed to UV in here, so the blue one will work better out there. Now I'll put the 90 together and we'll get it on there and stub the blue hose in. In case it's your first time putting on Teflon tape, you always want to go with the thread. So make sure you're putting it on, you know, righty-tighty, like, not the other way, it matters. Again, if you can find a plastic barb 90, 3/4 barb 90, barb to barb, I would get that. But this is all I could find today, and I wanted to get this done, so this will work. But depending on how you mount this and where you route your plumbing, you may not even need a 90. Less leak points, the better. There we go. That ain't gonna leak. All right. Now that's gonna go inside so the hose can come straight out without trying to push out or kink.
Ooh, it's that kind of video.
Hey guys, don't get excited. Give us a little room. No! No! Alright, now I'm going to pop this out. Oh, there we go. We're going to center. I think that'll smash down and provide a good seal there. We'll test it. That's the one. That's gonna seal and keep it watertight. Oh yeah, I can't even get it out. There we go. Yes, we do that. All right, slide this around here. Get that on. Okay. Slide that in. We want it right at the back of that barb. Right there. Now we gotta line up our screw holes. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay guys, we had to do a little bit of a change. We're not going to be able to use the super cool Quick Connect fitting. So just to get this thing done, I had to get a couple of garden hose swivels and make up this fitting. Just with the swivels here, there's no need for that. So for now, we're gonna hook it up this way. You know, can always come across and re-engineer this, but for right now, this will be what gets us on the water, and it'll work great. So got a garden hose swivel there, garden hose swivel there, male hose bar or male hose to a 3/4 barb right there. And we're gonna make this connection here with the flex tubing. So it'll still swivel, and we'll be able to take this on and off. Not a big deal. Not the end of the world. So get that right in there. Guess I'll just get that like that. And now I'll remark my holes, I guess. If you're up on a diamond, you want to make sure you center punch it. But we are good everywhere. All right, here we go. New hole in the boat. Woo, nothing like brand new drill bits. Man. go. Real life fisherman edition. Oh, I ain't going nowhere. Ah, ah. That'll be so much nicer. Okay, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. We got the bait tank all installed. Of course, like anything with doing some custom plumbing, we had to do a little bit of a adjustment to get it right. Hope you liked the video, and hope you check out the channel. If this is your first time checking out any of the videos, please check out the rest of the videos on the channel. We got a bunch. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.